And there you go. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make amazing peach cobbler. Let's get started. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. Begin with peaches. I have 5 peaches. These are large ones. If you're using medium peaches, then you'll probably want to use about 6, but it doesn't matter too much. And I have a fresh lemon that we're going to be using. And I'm going to begin by slicing up these peaches. Make sure to rinse your peaches first. And then I'm just going to cut these in half here, removing the pits, and then we'll just slice them fairly thin, just like that. And then I'm going to place them in a pot, a medium pot like this. So I'm going to do that with the rest of the peaches. And to avoid your fingers when you cut it in half, just flip it on its flat side like this, and you can cut it this way. And you can use your fingers as a guide. All right, and then to these peaches, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. We're going to use 2 cups of sugar total, but I'm going to use 1 cup right here to go inside the pot with the peaches. And then we want the zest from 1 lemon, and make sure to rinse the lemon and dry it before you use it. And then I just have this microplane zester, and you just go like this to get that zest off. And the zest adds lots of flavor. And I'm going to put this zest in here. And we also want the juice from half of this lemon. And then over to the stovetop this goes. Also, preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius. Now for the batter, I have a medium bowl here, and I'm going to add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and we'll give this a nice little whisk. And then 1 cup of milk. And you can use almond milk if you want. And we'll just give this a nice little mix. And then half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Excellent. Now let's go cook up those peaches. I have the heat set between medium-low and medium, and we want to just gently heat this up and bring it to a boil. And you want to give it a stir periodically while it is heating up. And by doing this, we are going to dissolve that sugar as well as soften these peaches. And this part right here is going to take, probably 10 minutes or so. Okay, and so you keep going until it's bubbling like this. And we'll just go ahead and stir it a little bit. And then that is fantastic. And I'm going to just turn off the heat and just let them sit there while we prep the batter and the pan. I have a 13 by 9 inch baking pan here, and then I have a half a cup of butter. You could use salted butter or unsalted butter. I'm going to melt this. You can do it in the microwave, like bursts of 20 seconds until it melts, or you can do it in a pot on the stovetop. You could also just put the butter in the pan and put the pan in that oven while the oven is heating and let it melt that way. And once that butter is melted, I'm just going to pour that right there in the pan, and it's okay if there's a few chunks that aren't completely melted, not a problem at all. And now what we're going to do is I'm just going to tilt the pan just so the bottom gets all coated. And now I'm going to take this batter here, and then we're going to pour this in the pan. Just make sure it's evenly on the bottom. And then I'll come over here to the peach mixture, and we're going to pour this on top as well. And we'll just spread it out, make sure it's nice and even all over the pan. And now what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and sprinkle on a little bit of cinnamon. And then also a little bit of nutmeg. And now into the oven it goes. Again, 375 Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius. And we're going to bake it for 35 to 45 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. On to that step. And when it comes out of the oven, it'll look something like this, nice and golden brown on the top. It'll be cracked. It'll look like a cobbled stone walkway almost. Now there's another style of cobbler where instead of using a batter like I used, you would do everything the same for the filling with the peaches and the sugar and the lemon, and you cook it over there. And then once you put the butter in, you pour the peaches on top of the butter in the pan, and then you take like biscuit dough, like a buttermilk biscuit dough, and then you just place those on the top, and that makes a more pronounced cobbled look, as well as give it a different type of flavor. I actually like the battered version a little bit better, but there you go. So that's why I always do it this way. Amazing homemade peach cobbler. And now to serve it, I usually don't need to use a knife. I'll just go in with my spatula here and go down like this to cut it. And you get about 12 servings, depending on how big you make it. And there you go. That's how it looks like. Oh, looks so awesome. Super easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, press it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah, super excited. So amazing.